Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth and final video in the Navigating Your Subconscious series. So today I really wanted to talk about honoring your emotions and why it's so important, and also why it really ends up blocking us from experiencing a lot of positive emotions in life and positive situations. And it's really because we end up denying a lot of the negative emotions that we have within us, usually due to excuses, due to conditioning, or really due to fear of losing control and just letting out all of our emotions. So I'd really like to start off with an example as to why honoring your emotions is so important, and that is in the law of attraction. A lot of the times, what do they ask you to do? They ask you to do meditation, they ask you to do visualizations, which are very important. And in your visualizations, what do they usually ask you to do? They ask you to feel, right, that emotion, that all five senses as to that would relate to your desire, right? So say, for example, your desire is to find a romantic partner. So you spend every day visualizing what it would feel like to be in love. Well, the thing is, if you do not allow yourself to experience the negative emotions in life, and you have all of these suppressed emotions like anger, sadness, jealousy, even hate, if you deny all of the negative emotions, you will not be able to experience the positive emotions at their full capacity. And with that said, you're not going to be able to really achieve the whole point of that visualization, right? You're not going to be able to experience, to harvest this true love feeling within yourself if you deny and you suppress all of your negative emotions, because it's like one and the same. So if you had a scale and you say, like, I am not going to experience my negative emotions, so I'm going to deplete my capacity for that, it just equates over. So all of the positive emotions as well get shrunken. So you do not experience the positive emotions at their full capacity. And not only does that block you in your everyday life, but it also blocks you when you're trying to make these efforts towards manifesting some type of feelings that you would like to feel, right? And it's really because we're in a denial, or we are afraid, or we are conditioned. So if you want to take it back to childhood, as children, right, we're taught it's not okay to throw a tantrum. It's not okay to show hate or jealousy or envy, especially towards another sibling or another person. Parents don't like when we're whiny. Parents don't like when we're upset, and you see a little kid go and bump into something, or stub his toe, and they start crying, and what do your parents tell you? You're okay, right? You're okay, you're fine. You don't need to whine about this. It's okay, like you're still alive. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the parents are just trying to make their lives not filled with all this whiny, sad behavior. But it starts that young, right? Where you start to be conditioned to basically not feel what you're actually feeling, right? And it's almost like they're telling you, and again, like, this is with every family. You're not the only one that this happened to. This is all of us. And then we grow up and we deal with it and we move on, and then we create this own beautiful life for ourselves, and hopefully change it a little bit when we start to have our own babies. But anyways, what happens is, we come into adulthood and we still keep those blocks, those walls around our emotions, right? So we don't allow ourselves to feel angry, or maybe we saw a very angry, violent parent growing up. So we really make sure that we do not become angry, or maybe you had, I don't know, they call them generalized daddy issues, right? So growing up as a teenager, or even now, you self-sabotage any type of love relationship because you are afraid of abandonment and that hurt again that you felt as a child, even if you don't remember it. A lot of this stuff can be subconscious. So we suppress all of these emotions, and sometimes they come out as self-sabotaging behaviors as adult, or we just deny them completely and we, claim, oh, I don't have the time to grieve. I don't have the time to feel sad. I don't have the time to be angry in a productive way because you're so busy, right? You keep yourself busy. You try and hide or distract yourself from really what is being presented in front of you. And the thing that is so important is a lot of the times we have these experiences now, and especially those that tend to get escalated like really, really quickly, especially when you're in a fight with like your partner and you don't know how that escalated so quickly. It's usually because the same hurt, it doesn't have to be the original hurt, it could have been like a repetitive one throughout your life, is coming up now as an adult, and it's trying to let itself out. So you end up like losing control of your own emotional state because this hurt from childhood is trying to release itself so you can move on and start to experience some other beautiful emotions in life. And again, you either suppress it or you don't recognize the fact, really, why am I feeling like this? Why do I get mad about this? What am I really afraid of? And you kind of have to, again, investigate into the emotions, into the feelings. Why am I getting mad at this? How can I relate this back to my childhood? What is the original hurt? And it's a lot of work. The subconscious is tricky and interesting, and it feels like the game Clue, right? And anyways, you really have to give yourself that space to experience your emotions. So what do? Right? The number one rule, or the number two rules, is A, don't suppress it again. So if something comes up, do not suppress it. You get it out. And you can get it out by a couple of different ways. But the second rule, before I bring this up, is really do not take it out on other people. That only tends to escalate things, and you can't really see the reason behind it as clearly when you are losing your mind because you're fighting at someone, and that's never a good thing. Unless someone's attacking you, then frickin' defend yourself. But I'm talking about someone pisses you off, you don't have to, go and bash them with a ton of verbal words or with like a bat or something. Don't ever aim your emotions at other people. So what I really like to do is suggest having a playlist for all of your emotions. So like this is what I do, and I find that it helps me a lot with my anger, especially because for me, I hate anger. Anger scares me. I don't like seeing other people angry, and I don't like being angry myself. And because of that, I find that I am surrounded a lot of the time with angry people. So, that's my own problem. I have to deal with why, and I'm still working on the why around the anger. These processes don't just happen overnight. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. So if you have a music playlist, and what I like to do is listen to really like screaming heavy metal music, and that, I swear, to goodness, it just takes it right out of me. Like, so whenever I'm feeling angry or I'm frustrated or I'm in traffic and I'm just not happy, I just want to fully delve into the anger, and I do that through music. And when I was going through a breakup with like my first high school boyfriend, all I did was play sad music, especially Taylor Swift, especially Jewel, and I just let myself cry on the floor, and it helped, and it was getting it out of me. And it's really helpful to do that, to have that other person know exactly how you're feeling. And that's what music is really there to do. It's a form of like art therapy. And so I would highly suggest making playlists for when you're happy, angry, for when you're sad, or any other type of emotions that that you feel a lot, so you can truly delve into them and feel them. Because and I'm sure this has happened, when you're listening to either a sad song or like an absolutely beautiful song, for me, I get chills, and I can feel the energy start to shift in my body. So that's one thing that you can do. Another thing you could do is just journal it out, especially if you're angry or you're sad. Journaling is a way for you to express your true emotions in the form of writing. And not only that, but it's private. So if you are afraid to show your anger, or if you are afraid to lose control because you're going to be so sad and you're going to lose it, start to write in a journal. And it can just be an emotion journal. So like anytime you're mad, someone cut you off, who cares, right? Just write that down. I don't care what happened to you. If you are experiencing an emotion and you're not going to act on it, either try the music or write it down. And there's really always something behind it. And that's why writing things down is so important, because it's kind of like clues to the original hurt. So if someone cut you off in traffic, you might think you're mad because someone cut you off and they could have hit your car. But if you do some further investigation into that, you may find out, for example, that you never felt respected or important, or you were treated differently as a child than perhaps other children. Maybe your sibling was treated better. So anyways, this is just an example, but that person cutting you off probably made you feel like you weren't important and like they had power and authority over you. So it triggered something, right? Because, for example, I never experienced, I don't care when someone cuts me off. I don't get mad, and that's just me, because maybe I don't know, it just doesn't relate to any type of hurt or pain. Nothing comes up when someone cuts me off. But if someone cut off my boyfriend, he would freaking lose his shit. He would lose his shit, and I don't understand that, and I end up thinking he's nuts. But anyways, there's something that is brought up in that, and that's why not only writing it down is very important so that you can start to get those clues, but also really feeling your emotions through the music too, while you're doing some type of investigation. So those are the two things that I would really suggest, along with, you can punch a pillow, or do kickboxing, or if you've been holding in something all day and you do like to work out, make it your intention to release that emotion, to release that anger, that hatred, whatever, through your workout. You can always do that, or you can even write stuff down and burn them in a safe space that you just want to let go of. But acknowledging it is key. Acknowledging your emotions, and also not judging yourself is another big thing, because when you start to experience something and you immediately judge yourself or you start to have this inner talk about how those thoughts or those feelings are bad. They're for bad people. You're not supposed to be feeling that. Don't judge yourself, because that's when things get suppressed again. And the whole point of life and this whole journey is to heal the past so that we can move on. And you don't want to keep suppressing things as an adult. Finally, if you are feeling really ballsy, and this is what I suggest in Soul Expansion School, I would pray for situations to come up so that they can start to be revealed to you, so that they can start provoking emotions from you, and so that you can start to analyze where they are coming from in the first place, why those emotions were denied, and how you can start your investigation, right? So really start to pray for that. I hope that this video has helped you out. This is, again, the final video in the 4-week series. As of today, it is August 2nd, Thursday, August 2nd. So I am having just one more early bonus if you sign up before September 1st. Soul Expansion School is incredible. It is a 3-month experience delving deeply into the subconscious, but also with the assistance of flower essences. And what flower essences are is it's just a form of vibrational medicine. There's no plant contained. It's 100% safe for absolutely everyone, but just as we work with crystals, because they have certain meanings, certain flowers have their own messages as well. So we work with a lot of flower essences, handmade by me, and they are all around self-worth. They are all around the subconscious, and they're all around healing childhood trauma. So not only are you getting a fully structured guideline in how to start really delving into your subconscious, connecting to your spirit guides so you're getting more answers, and starting to release some of this stuff, because you will release a lot of stuff during this 3-month period, because I set you up with how to do it, but also with homeworks. But then you get that added benefit of the flower essences, so you're really going fully into the subconscious and into some things that we are afraid of. For 3 whole months, there are 3 live meetings, and if you do sign up, there are some bonuses and some discounts as well. But on top of that, we also delve deeply into the 3 lower chakras, because that's where a lot is actually stored in the first chakra, the second chakra, and the third chakra. And the thing is, especially if you are looking to heighten your intuition, you can't build, the upper stories, the upper chakras on a wobbly foundation. So you're not going to get that, third eye or crown chakra really at its full capacity until you establish the grounding foundation of the first 3 chakras. So they're very important as well. And throughout that, we do a ton of Kundalini meditations and yoga, and there's a lot of meditations, and there's homework every week, and it's a lot, but it's 3 months, and it's absolutely incredible and fun and eye-opening and releasing, and not only does it help you in life with your emotions, with your intuition, but it helps you to heal, and that's really what's the most important to me. So if you do feel like signing up, I'll put a link in below. You can schedule your interview with me, because this is not for everyone, and that is totally fine. You really have to be ready to start to do this work. But I hope you enjoyed this 4-week series, and I'm sure I'll be doing another one shortly. Okay? Thank you. Bye, guys.